At 9:59 p.m. on September 30, 2025, life in northern Cebu was calm and ordinary. Families in towns like Bogo, San Remigio, and Medellin were winding down for the night, while streets lay quiet. Without warning, the earth began to shake violently. A powerful 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck just 12 miles northeast of Bogo City, its shallow depth of around 10 kilometers making the tremors far more destructive. Within seconds, ceilings cracked, walls broke apart, and bridges swayed dangerously. Darkness was filled with screams as people rushed outside, fearing their homes would collapse. The ground did not settle immediately. Over 700 aftershocks rattled the area in the hours that followed, keeping panic alive through the night. In Bogo, entire houses shook and crumbled, while in San Remigio, the roof of a sports complex gave way in the middle of a basketball game, injuring players and spectators. For a brief time, authorities feared a tsunami might follow, but after monitoring the seas, the alert was lifted when no unusual water movement was detected. As the first light of morning revealed the aftermath, the devastation was undeniable. Dozens of lives had already been lost, and the number continued to rise as rescuers searched through collapsed homes and buildings. Official reports confirmed more than 70 dead and hundreds injured, with many others missing. Thousands of families saw their houses reduced to rubble or left too unstable to return to. Streets were filled with debris, while power outages plunged entire communities into darkness, leaving over 800,000 people without electricity. Historic churches, schools, and government buildings suffered major damage, some completely collapsing after standing for over a century. Landslides and sinkholes appeared in several areas, cutting off roads and isolating communities in need of urgent help. In total, more than 77,000 people were displaced from their homes, forced to seek shelter wherever they could. The sheer scale of destruction became clear with every hour. This was not just a local disaster but a crisis that had shaken the heart of Cebu. In the hours after the quake, rescue operations became the center of life in Cebu. Emergency teams rushed into the worst-hit towns, Bogo, San Remigio, Medellin, Tabagon, searching through ruins for survivors. Soldiers, firefighters, and volunteers worked side by side, using heavy machinery where possible and their bare hands where it wasn't. Sniffer dogs were brought in to detect signs of life beneath collapsed structures. Hospitals quickly filled beyond capacity, and some had to treat patients outside in makeshift tents because their own buildings were too damaged or unsafe. The situation was made worse by blocked roads, broken bridges, and disrupted phone lines, making communication and supply delivery painfully slow. Families desperate for food, clean water, and medical care crowded around relief centers. Rain and aftershocks only deepened the struggle. To speed up the response, the government declared a state of calamity in affected areas, unlocking emergency funds and price controls for basic goods. Relief organizations and international aid groups began mobilizing, but with the extent of destruction so wide, getting help to everyone in need was a race against time. For thousands of families, daily life was suddenly turned upside down. Many were forced to leave their damaged or destroyed homes and now live in temporary shelters, makeshift tents, or the homes of distant relatives. Schools remain closed in several areas, not only because of structural damage but also because classrooms are being used as evacuation centers. Power and water supplies are slowly being restored, but large numbers of people still live without reliable electricity or clean drinking water. Churches, community halls, and even sports facilities are shut down until engineers can declare them safe, leaving communities without their usual gathering places. The emotional toll is heavy. Children cry at every aftershock, parents worry about how to rebuild, and entire neighborhoods carry the weight of fear and grief. Despite this, there are glimpses of resilience. Neighbors share food, strangers volunteer to help clear debris, and local leaders work tirelessly to organize relief operations. While the destruction is immense, so too is the determination of the people to hold on, to support one another, and to find hope even in the midst of uncertainty. Even as the days pass, the earthquake's impact continues to linger. Aftershocks keep residents on edge, reminding them how fragile the ground beneath their feet can be. Authorities are now talking about stricter building codes and stronger construction practices to make sure future homes and public structures can withstand disasters like this. Engineers and volunteers are mapping out which roads, bridges, and schools to rebuild first, while aid groups provide food, water, and psychological support. For many families, though, recovery feels far away. Livelihoods have been lost, shops and businesses destroyed, and fields left unattended. Yet amid the rubble, there are signs of resilience, communities gathering for prayers, children playing in evacuation camps, and neighbors helping each other clear debris. The journey back to normalcy will take months, perhaps years, but there is a growing sense that out of the destruction can come a stronger, more united Cebu.